All right, so I'm going to be doing a comic review from another book sent to me by my good friend Chris. Thank you as always, brother. Today we're going to be talking about Birds of Prey, Worlds Without End. This is the second volume of Kelly Thompson's run. Kelly Thompson is, like I've said before multiple times, Kelly Thompson is slowly becoming one of those writers I am continuing to watch with great interest in terms of like creation. I, of course, gushed about how I think her Wonder Woman is the best of the absolute universe. At least my favorite, at least from my point of view, it is definitely my personal favorite. That's kind of my personal opinion. But yeah, I also really, of course, I've talked about like how much I dug her Black Widow run, and I also really dug her first volume of Birds of Prey. So I have both volumes, this one and volume. Chris managed to send me both those, this and the third volume. God, I can really make a sentence, can't I? So yeah, we're going to talk about this. So for a bit of reference, because I had to remind myself too, because it's been nearly a little over a year since I did a review of Volume 1 of this comic. Basically, in the first volume, the Birds of Prey were put together behind Barbara's back in order to save this young girl named Sin, who's bonded to this being called Megara. They kind of allude that it's the Gorgon but they don't really go out their way. So Sin and Megara are fused, and we find out at the end of the end of the storyline, this character named Meridian reveals Barbara Gordon's going to get killed unless you save her. So in this volume, we follow that plot line that Barbara Gordon's is being attacked from someone from the future. Like someone from the future is trying to kill Barbara. And they're using all these different techniques and magic and whatnot that in order to do so. So that's kind of the gist of the story. What I really like, again, I think I don't talk enough about the artwork by Jordie Bellaire because it is just awesome. I love like the retro feel to it. I really dig just the coloring and almost like 3D pattern to it. Let me see if I can find like a good... like how the colors pop and things like that. It's really cool. So, yeah, I like Jordie Bellaire's artwork is Bellaire's artwork is just awesome. The story also, like, Kelly Thompson has like a great voice for all of these characters. I really like how Barda. I will say though, the one thing that kind of bothers me is Barda herself. Is that sometimes Barda talks in the third person. She's not treated like the Oaf. Let me be clear. She's not treated as the Oaf, but like she doesn't understand humanity. She does talk in the third person a lot, and it leads to a fun joke where like her and Cassandra's friendship is awesome. Like, I really do adore her and Cassandra's friendship. And I love the moment where Cassandra, and Sin are training, and they're just destroying, like, a Fuddruckers or something. And this woman comes in, and Barda's like, here, take this. This will cover all the damage to you. Person is like, oh my god, I love you. And Barda loves you, too. So it's like that. I also like how this comic also features, like, Zealot. She was in the first volume. Here she's used as backup, and we get a team up with Constantine as well. So I do really like that. I also really enjoy like the back and forth here, and this is a very like fun kind of romp for the Birds of Prey because you don't really see them do multiverse stories because they're basically going through like a multiversal kind of storyline. Kind of. I don't want to spoil the whole thing. But yeah, you don't really see them deal with the Birds of Prey stories because they usually deal with like street level stuff. But that's what I really have been liking with this iteration of Birds of Prey is that it's, and no disrespect to like Gail Simone. I have no disrespect to Gail Simone or any other writers on Birds of Prey. It's just that you don't really see them do this. It's more of a street level kind of thing. With a lot of the characters. That's really kind of the most part, is that it's more a storyline for, street level kind of stuff. So I do really like that, like, Kelly Thompson is continuously, like, doing a comic where she's basically kind of pushing the bounds of the series. So I really do enjoy that she's like really kind of like pushing back, pushing what the Birds of Prey can be. And I also like, and I forgot to mention, Vixen is a part of this storyline. That's the other thing with Birds of Prey, is that it's a kind of, this one has some core members, but they do switch out with other characters. Here, they add Vixen, who is connected to the Red, because there's one of the things they're following is a connection to the Red, which Vixen is connected to. So I really like how she's utilized in here. I also really enjoy like her banter back and forth and like all of that. Yeah, there's also like solid comedy here and solid drama. I really love how it bounces throughout all of that. And Kelly Thompson just walks this great line of doing drama and doing all of these other things with these characters. So, yeah. There's just so much fun here. There's like serious, legit fun here in this series, and I'm really excited to read volume three. Even though Jordie Bellaire will not be apparently not a part of that volume, but hey, the story's still going to be good. All in all, Kelly Thompson's Birds of Prey is awesome. If you want to check out, like, enjoy like a comic series that gives a lot of love to like some of the female characters who kind of gets put to the wayside in some books, I would highly recommend this series. So there you go. So Chris, as always, thank you once again. And yeah, if you've been reading Kelly Thompson's Birds of Prey, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Comment below, let me know. Other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.